Hi everyone, and welcome to the Taurus January mid-month engagement reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, which is a place for you to be able to illuminate your spiritual and singular and important path and purpose. All right, so this reading is meant to help kind of come in mid-month to refresh your awareness of yourself and how to best engage that authentically with your external environment. So I'm going to be pulling cards here for the Triad of Engagement, which is utilizing the principles of curiosity, courage, and contemplation, and showing you how when you use those together and apply them daily to your life, you can stay engaged to better understand and experience your spiritual purpose in your external environment. All right, so I'm pulling a card here for the concept of curiosity. So this is where, for the rest of the month, Spirit's asking you to be aware of, to stay curious about how, by having this energy, the card, in your awareness, what is it going to change for you? Sorry, guys. Ooh. Oh, lovely. Surrender fear. Okay. Big one for you, Taurus. Okay, and I know it's kind of harder to see the cards here. I decided to do a new setup just for this. I love the winter landscape outside. I just kind of wanted to throw that in here. But it says surrender fear. It says let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. Love that. So stay curious and open to this energy for the second half of the month here, Taurus. Sometimes we can get to a point where we, I love the first line of this, let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Sometimes we get stuck in our heads and we know we have to take action. We know there are things that we need to do and face, and yet we are stuck in our heads telling ourselves, well, the last time I tried to do this, I failed. Or the last time I tried to connect with somebody in this way, they pushed me away. And this is a time to get past that. Fear can easily be transmuted into ambition. We can stay fearful of something, or we can transmute the energy of fear into pushing past that block to say, I'm not afraid. It's almost like a kid. I'm not afraid. It's almost like a kid being afraid of the monster under the bed and finally getting the courage to grab that flashlight from his bedside table and to boldly look under the bed and to almost be like, you can't scare me anymore. And so it's almost like you take fear and you turn it into the drive that makes you want to overcome that fear. And it can actually be a really interesting driving force about learning how to overcome obstacles and realizing at the same time that what you were fearful of was something that was actually meant to push you to grow. So that's kind of where I think with the point of curiosity here for you for the second half of this month, to kind of just be open and receptive to where are those fearful stories kind of creeping into your everyday experience, and where can you start to use them to start saying, you know what, I'm not going to keep telling myself that, or why do I keep allowing this to stop me from doing something, or stop me from experiencing love, or stop me from pushing forward on that new business I want to do, and to really instead utilize that as almost like fuel. Like I love that there's a lot of fire in this image here. It's almost like using it as fuel to push you to face that monster and to see where it came from and why, and to realize there actually is no monster there. The only monster there is the one that you've created, is the story you created for yourself. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a card here for the concept of courage, and this is going to be what Spirit would like you to keep in mind as you decide to take action, as you are courageous in taking action this month. So what would Spirit like Taurus to know about where they're taking action this month? And courage is really an important part of the Triad of Engagement, because this is where we get to chance to step into our personal place of empowerment, meaning we get to have the courage to start to understand our intrinsic freedom, which is being able to control our own perspective, have the courage to make those tough decisions, and having the courage to take action. All right, so we have 2 cards here. Oh, 3 cards actually. Okay. So we have Fox Spirit, says think on your feet, number 27, breaking down to a 9. We have Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery, number 65, breaking down to an 11. And we have Deer Spirit, bring a gentle touch, number 18, breaking down to a 9. So you have 2 9s and an 11. So instantly what I'm feeling here coming through is just the numbers. There is a strong feeling of endings and beginnings. So number 9 is the end of a cycle. It's a one step before the number 10. And with the number 11 coming through in the middle, there's this portal. The number 11 to me is the portal between here and spirit, which is like kind of like a double new beginning. It's co-creating the new beginning with spirit. So what I would say as a point to keep in mind as you're taking action for the rest of this month is to kind of take a look at where things are ending and the lessons you've learned and what you can take forward with you into the great mystery. So we have think on your feet and bring a gentle touch. I get this feeling as things are ending, things are changing. That can be scary and a little disruptive. But the beauty of it is when we think about trusting the great mystery, it's about realizing as you walk through that portal into the new cycle with spirit, that spirit's there with you. This is a time of ending specifically because you've learned certain lessons, and now it's time to step into the fresh and new. And yeah, you're going to have to do a little surrendering of fear to be able to do that. I'm going to pull a couple clarifier cards here. So let's see about trusting the mystery. Thinking on your feet. Okay. So when I'm pulling cards here for trusting the mystery, we have 5 of Pentacles coming out, which is a poverty mindset. That's the feeling that if we do something, we're going to be kind of left out in the cold. Love this that this came out for you guys. So this deck is a deck that has 2 extra cards in it, one of which is this card right here. It's kind of an extra depiction of the Lovers card, but it's what I would call more, plays more to romantic love in this deck. That's how I read it. So there's this feeling coming through here of this kind of poverty mindset with being reminded or around kind of this romantic relationship. And when you trust the mystery, I think what Spirit's trying to come through here is to realize you're never alone. You have somebody with you. There is this, I think, quality of maybe feeling like you've been left out in the cold from a romantic partnership. And what Spirit's saying here is, with thinking quickly on your feet and bringing a gentle touch, that things are changing. I get this feeling for some of you, and actually I'm going to get another couple cards here. For some of you, it's about kind of reawakening to the fact that you actually have a strong romantic partner in your life that you can rely on. Oh, and the star, beautiful. You have a strong romantic partner that you can rely on, or that right now you're yearning for that, and maybe you feel left out in the cold by somebody who has left you in the past. And with the star coming out, there's this quality of stay hopeful, stay present, release fear, let go of those old stories, and walk confidently with Spirit into the next cycle, through the gateway of the number 11, into the great mystery, towards your star. This is your guiding star. This is your greatest hope and dream. And I think this is the greatest hope and dream around this beautiful romantic partnership. And Spirit's trying to say, it's coming. It's coming. Prepare yourself and trust. So as you're taking action and you maybe feel a little bit like things maybe are coming out of left field or changing, the bringing a gentle touch is just to kind of remember to calm down. It ties right in with surrendering fear. Don't overreact because you're coming from a place of fear. And thinking quickly on your feet. that's a really great energy of being able to, as things come in, to just kind of lean into faith and trust and spirit, that when an idea comes to you, or, you know, Taurus, I'm an actual Taurus sun sign myself, that we are very good at thinking on our feet because we tend to be very methodical in how we take action. We are very organized. We can set up routines and systems and continue to work from those places. And so trust in your ability to do that. Trust that as things kind of start to move, that you have the ability to meet those changes, whether it's in your workplace, in your home life, or in other areas. And really, again, lean into trusting yourself, trusting what you're capable of, and not giving up on the love and support that's coming in for you, or that's already yours to have. Okay, beautiful message, Taurus. Let's see, I'm going to pull a final card here for the concept of contemplation. And this is going to be kind of something to keep in mind as you're meditating and kind of reviewing and reflecting throughout the second half of this month. But it's also a point to kind of keep you honest and self-responsible to the consequences of your actions. All right, let's see. What does Taurus need to keep in mind as a point of reflection and contemplation for the second half of this month? All right. Oh, okay. What came right out? Oh, beautiful. Breathe. Number 29, breaking down to another number 11. So that number 11 of that fresh start, connection to the divine, walking through that doorway into the new. With breathe. Breathe. I love this card. I know it's hard to see with my setup here, but it's a woman sitting kind of on a lily pad and just sitting there in a yoga pose. Now, when we're thinking about contemplating and we're thinking about kind of bringing a gentle touch and surrendering fear, there's almost this quality of kind of going within, taking that deep breath and releasing. I think the end of this month might be a little like, oh, I do feel change coming in, especially when the star. So when the star comes in, that can often signify that you've gone through a tower moment, meaning in the tarot, the star follows the tower card. And the tower card signifies when there's been a crumbling of something that you have clung to as a point of stability, or that you have not wanted to let go of out of fear. And so there is this feeling that something in your life has changed, has shifted in a dramatic way. But it's been able to release you to be able to see better your hope and dream. That's the beauty of the tower. It's actually spirit coming in to say, let go of this because you're blocking yourself from seeing your highest potential. So as things kind of change, and as you're dealing with a little bit of the tower and you're clearing away the rubble, to just sit and breathe and reconnect to spirit, because spirit's asking you now to walk forward with them in faith and with your hope or dream in mind. And it's not about getting frustrated or fearful or being angry at the universe or others in your life. It's about coming back to what you're good at, which is thinking quickly on your feet, staying organized, using your strong work ethic to actually start to move yourself towards this hope or dream. But to bring a gentle touch, to go inside, start to release all those fears, start to see where they're coming from, and then start to use them as kind of quiet fuel for you to push through. I do feel there's a little bit of this like pushing through, almost like a birthing at the end of this month for you, Taurus. So I hope all of you have a beautiful second half to your month, realizing just your own personal power and kind of coming back to the center and the strength that it's going to take for you to follow your dream coming into February and the rest of this year. All right, Taurus, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading, you can click on the link in the description box below. Otherwise, I will see you for your February monthly illumination reading. Have a fantastic rest of the month. Bye.